We also note the absence of our Executive Director for the National Council of Senior Citizens, who is also unavoidably absent today. And of course, we know that Ms. Morrison would not have missed this event for the world. And so for her to be absent, we therefore crave your prayers and your understanding, as she will not be with us today. But I think that she has left us in quite capable hands. We also make note of the presence of the chairman for the board of the National Council of Senior Citizens, Mrs. Grayson Scarlett Duncan. We welcome her at this time. Other members of the board, Mr. Jermaine Barrett, Mrs. Marika Brown-Bailey, and Mrs. Mary Clark. If you are here, please stand and be acknowledged in the space. I know I saw Marika. Welcome, welcome. Please give her a round of applause, yes. We note the presence of other stakeholders present in our midst, Ms. Jean-Laurie Chin, Edith Chin, Dr. Paris Luai, Dr. Kemisha Shaw-Kelly, and Ms. Winnie Anderson-Brown. And of course, you'll hear more about these individuals as the morning progresses. Senior directors in the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, seniors, friends, members of the media, good morning to you and welcome. I trust you're having a good morning so far and you had a healthy breakfast filled with little dumpling, or no dumpling are healthy, little breadfruit, yes. And what else you put in your breakfast? Little callaloo, little, yes, man. What else you had? What you had? Yeah, little cabbage, little porridge. Which one better, oats or cornmeal? With that side, I say oats, that side, I say cornmeal, or maybe little peanut porridge. Yes, man. You know, one of the good things about seniors is that seniors understand. Me, I talk about grandma and grandpa now. They understand what it is to make a wholesome meal. And I've always maintained that every family should embrace the presence of those who have lived years. And seniors don't mean you're old, you know. It means you're wise. Not true? It means you're wise. It means you're wise. And so our theme for this week is embracing wisdom, uniting generations. And so we're embracing the wisdom of our seniors at this time. Having established the protocols, I invite the presenters, if you so desire, you can abandon those protocols as we have established the presence of persons who would need to be here so that we can have more time for the festivities. Now, pardon me, Chairman, but, you know, in my own style, I think it's important for us to greet each other. And the best way to greet each other is to sing this little song of Miss Lou teach we. It's a, this long time, girl, me never. Let me hear you. Long time. So hold on there. How you the whole hand and not you're not holding nobody's hand? It means, therefore, Minister, pardon me, that you have to kind of get up a little bit and greet somebody. This is just a 30-second activity. So feel free to walk across the aisle and walk and talk. But when we say time done, and we say rest, you know, in a church, when you say rest, you have to rest, all right? So we're going to sing it one more time and you meet and greet and palaver and talk, and then come back on your long bench because we're going to have a good time this morning, all right? So go after 3, 1, 2, 3. This long time, girl, me never see you. 20 seconds. Make me hold you. 15 seconds. You don't have no long time. This long time, girl, me never see you. Come make we walk and talk. 10 seconds. Girl, me never see. No more elaborate too long now. Peel a drunko, sit down in a treetop, pick off the blossom, make me hold you. 5 seconds, make me hold. Go on back on your seat now. All right, thank you so much. Round of applause, everybody. Thank you very much. You may take your seats at this time. Watch them up alive on a chat. Like them and go back on their seat. No, man. Could that the one there faster people business? Yes, man. Our granddaughter doing very well. And you know too. And the grandson married long time. Yes, man. And she just do surgery. She all right now. Go on back on your seat and tap fast. Wonderful, wonderful. So we know COVID happened, and we know that it kept us apart. So it's really good that we can come together in this fashion to celebrate, not just a government event, but an event for the people. And so I think to give us a better context as to why we are here, I'd like to invite at this time the chairman for the board of the National Council for Senior Citizens, Mrs. Grace and Scarlett Duncan, to give us a welcome and opening remarks. Please make her welcome.
Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Andre Miller, or should I say presiding officer, but I think the ministers would have a different interpretation. A pleasant morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ministry of Labor and Social Security National Council for Senior Citizens media launch for Senior Citizens Month. We stand on the vision which states, senior citizens will live and participate actively in a society that guarantees their rights, recognizes their capabilities and contributions, and facilitates their enjoyment of a life of fulfillment, health, and security. Before I proceed any further, let me quickly acknowledge some of the persons who will make this vision a reality. Honorable Pearnel Charles, Minister of Labor and Social Security, Honorable Norman Dunn, State Minister in the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, Mrs. Audrey Dear Williams, Chief Technical Director, who is also sitting in for the Permanent Secretary, and I also see Mrs. Marika Brown-Bailey, members of the board, and Mrs. Edith Chin. Also, Dr. Kamisha Shaw-Kelly, who is representing the Director of Health in the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Mrs. Winsome Reed, President of the Meadowbrook United Church, Savvy's Senior Citizens Group. And I know that Mr. Pessoa is supposed to be here, not seeing him at this time. But special invited guest, Claire, how are you? Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are joining online, media, and I see Major Brown, I think, that is also here. It's a pleasure to greet you this morning and to welcome you to this event. Over the years, the Board of Management and Staff of the National Council for Senior Citizens have committed itself to honor and appreciate our seniors during the month of September. The Council uses this time to recognize the contributions of our seniors to our society and to issue a general call to the wider society to connect our communities by engaging at every stage to promote knowledge transfer and engender intergenerational solidarity. This year, as we celebrate Senior Citizens Month under the theme Embracing Wisdom, Uniting Generations, we want to recognize our seniors as the columns and guardrails of our communities, the custodians of our cultural heritage, and the repository of our wisdom. Our seniors have played a critical role in the building of this country, and they have continued to do so even in retirement. Therefore, this morning, I want to impress upon us the urgency for that public-private partnership model to support and incentivize programs for our senior citizens so that they can be actively engaged. Also, it is time for us to press along with the legislation that speaks to the protection of the rights of older persons. At a time when we grapple with the migration of teachers, ministers, CTD, and all of us that are present here this morning, we have to think about the repurposing of the mindset of our seniors in the society so that they can better support our children in their education journey. Mrs. Reed is my lecturer from the Micro Teachers College, and she would have instilled in us the importance of nation building. Hence, I am volunteering today. Thank you, Mrs. Reed. You would have trained many of our teachers that have left, but we will continue to press on. And as a society, let us see how best we can galvanize our resources to build our country at this time. And it's also a time for more persons to support the work of the National Council for Senior Citizens. To Mrs. Morrison and the team of parish organizers that are present here this morning, could you just stand quickly? Right, good to have you. Clap them. And I see Mrs. Mary Clark, who is also a member of the board. Welcome, Mrs. Clark. It's a pleasure to have you, and it's always good to have you on board. Now, to the organizers, what I want to say, go into the trenches, connect at every stage, mobilize the communities, because there is a lot of work that must be done. It is only through engaging at every stage that we will be able to unearth, embrace, and utilize the wisdom that is there to unite our country. To the former Minister of Labor and Social Security, Mr. Carl Samuda, we thank you for the wisdom that you have deposited. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say to you, this morning is yours. The morning is still young. Please enjoy yourselves. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. One of the things that we know about the years of wisdom is that while growing up, we learn little gems. In Jamaica, we call these proverbs that guide us. The one that really kept me focused was the one that says, "Dog no hole if him have bone." My grandmother taught me that, and I always saw myself with a bone in front of me, and you can't hold me. If bone dead there right there, so you can't hold me. But I wanted to find out from you, just maybe two from the audience, what wise proverb or statement kept you while you were growing up? I'll take one. Yes. Don't, no, go slow with me there, hold on. Wait there. Come back little. Say that one more time, please. That they want to require a university degree. What that mean though? What that they want to mean? Minister, I don't know if you know the meaning, but I'm not too sure. You know, Minister Dunn, you know, because I don't know. And you come from St. Mary. At first you hear it. Tell me, what it mean? Well, yeah, you know, see heart no leap. All right, let me take one more. Yes, sir. Look before you leap. Correct. Thank you so much. And I take one last one. Last the one. Say, wait the whole hand, because the right ear is not working, it look like. Say it one more time for me. Uncle. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for those. Thank you so much. Wonderful. It's therefore appropriate as the ministry with the mandate to ensure that the National Council for senior citizens remains resourced in not only staff, but financial and other technical support. I think it's appropriate for me to invite at this time, sitting in for the Permanent Secretary, Chief Technical Director, Audrey Williams, to come and to extend the greetings on behalf of the ministry.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. I hope you'll permit me, and I hope you can hear me, to continue wearing my mask. As you can perhaps hear in my voice, I'm a little under the weather, so I'm protecting all of us by wearing my mask. And as the Master of Ceremonies said, I'm filling in for Mrs. Roberts-Risden, who is unavoidably absent. Before I go into the address, though, I wanted to say how much of a personal pleasure it is for me to be here this morning. And I'll tell you why. You see, most of my friends from high school are turning 60 this year. Yes. Yes. Know what I said, my friends? I'm next year. Very early next year, though. So I feel a part of the community. And as I discharge my responsibility, I know I am crafting policies that will affect me as well, because I am right there. So I look forward to it, and it is really, I like what Andre said, it's not, you're not old, you're wise, right? I really embrace that. Okay, so this is the greetings on behalf of our Permanent Secretary. To our ministers, Honorable Pearnel Charles Jr., and our State Minister, Dr. the Honorable Norman Dunn, Chairman of the Board of the NCSC, Grace and Scarlett Duncan, and other board members. I see Mrs. Clark in the back. Hi, Mrs. Clark. Other distinguished guests, both present here and persons who are tuned in on our social media pages. Our seniors, and I want to give our seniors a round of applause. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant welcome and good morning to you all. I bring you greetings on behalf of the entire staff of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. It is indeed a pleasure to be sharing in this space with you this morning for the launch of Senior Citizens Month under the theme, Embracing Wisdom, Uniting Generations. Senior Citizens Month is comprised of several activities that will surely have our seniors engaged throughout the rest of the month, but especially during the period September 17 to October 13, 2023. The activities commence with a national church service at the Power of Faith Ministries in Portmore on Sunday, and I must say, for all those who were in attendance or watched online, I am sure you were all blessed. I take the opportunity to remind everyone that at this very same venue, we launched the revised policy for senior citizens. The objective of the revised policy is to ensure seniors have, 1, increased participation in all spheres of society, 2, improved income security and social protection coverage, 3, adequate and supportive health and welfare systems, 4, improved independence, security, and safety, 5, enhanced family support systems and community solidarity from interaction, and 6, strengthened institutional infrastructure networks for partnership, collaboration, and governance. The Council is celebrating its 47th year, having been established in May 1976 by the government in recognition of the fact that the elderly form a significant portion of the Jamaican population. Over the years, ladies and gentlemen, the demographic, social, and economic landscapes that have impacted the lives of our senior citizens have seen significant shifts. The fastest growing segment of the population, persons 60 years and older, is projected to reach approximately 22% by 2050 due to the increased life expectancy and improved overall health status. In 2015, the elderly population was over 300,000 persons, or 12.6% of the population. Among the schedule of activities I want to highlight is National Grandparents' Day, which is this Sunday, September 24th. I urge you to make the senior citizens in our families feel extra special on this day because they are the cornerstone of our families. Their rich contribution to our society will continue to live on. Ensure that on Sunday you do something extra special for them. And I hope my grandson is hearing. I challenge and charge each and every one of us to take care, respect, and preserve the value they bring to families and, by extension, the Jamaican society. In closing, I wish to congratulate the NCSE team on the invaluable work that they have been doing in promoting the interests of our seniors who have contributed so much. All that we are as a nation, we owe to our seniors and those who have gone before. As a society, our challenge is to see to the welfare of our seniors. Let us help the Council to fulfill its mission in meeting the challenges of a growing, healthier, and more active senior citizens population, and facilitate continued participation in their family and society as they unite generations. Thank you all. And just as I leave, just reminding, I want to be a member of the Recycled Teenager and putting in my application.
I think Claire is the president of that Recycled Teenager group, you know. Not true, Claire. I think you're the president, you know. You know, one of these years, ministers, we're going to have to maybe have Claire as guest speaker for these events. Claire has been coming to national senior citizen events and so many Ministry of Labor events year on year. Let's acknowledge her and her support. We also note the presence of, as I mentioned, Mrs. Mary Clark, one who has given a lot to this nation. And I think we ought to pause to just thank her for her contribution to Jamaica. Mrs. Clark, please stand and just be acknowledged. I would invite you to join me up the front, but I don't know if you'd want to take up the offer. There's a seat right here for you, and we'd like to see a nice, beautiful face. But if you want to stay where you are, that's quite fine. All right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My friends, the National Council for Senior Citizens is now celebrating 47 years of service. That's monumental. Yeah, that's monumental. And this year the theme, as I said earlier, is embracing wisdom, uniting generations. The mission really seeks to meet the challenges of a growing, healthier, and more active senior citizen population. We want to continue to facilitate the involvement and participation of family and seniors in society. And one of those ways that we want to ensure that we strengthen the partnership is to ensure that seniors remain healthy and can contribute to this economy. At this time, I'd like to invite to bring brief remarks Dr. Kemisha Shaw Kelly, and she's the Program Development Officer for the Family Health Unit in the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Please make her welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Andre Miller, the Honorable Pearnel Charles Jr., MP, Minister of Labor, and Social Security, the Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn, MP, JP, State Minister in the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, Mrs. Audrey Dare Williams, Chief Technical Director, Mrs. Colette Roberts, resident Permanent Secretary, who I was told is absent today, and you're here doing well as replacing her today in the event. Mrs. Grace Scarlett Duncan, NCSC Board Chairman, Mrs. Natasha Nunes, Program Officer representing Mrs. Cassandra Morrison, Director for our National Council, Senior Citizens, and Dr. Paris Leo Haye Jr., Vice President for the Private Sector Organization, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good morning. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is pleased to participate in the launch of Senior Citizens Week. This week will once again bring into sharp focus from a health and wellness perspective one of our key population. Our data show that some 12% of the population are older persons, 60 years and older, with the proportion of people in that age group projected to increase to 16.8% by 2025. The ministry understands accompanying an aging population is the increased burden of chronic disease. 1 in 3 persons now have at least one chronic disease, and the prevalence of comorbid conditions among those with a chronic illness has also increased. This is most critical currently as we reimagine service delivery to meet the demands of not just an aging population, but a population that is plagued with non-communicable diseases. There is also the consideration of new and emerging diseases, such as chikungunya, Zika, and the latest being COVID-19, which has completely changed life as we know it. We also cannot ignore the risk of public health, of natural disasters, and of climate change and its consequences, which includes mosquito-borne diseases. There are several policy decisions and direction that the government of Jamaica, through the Ministry of Health and Wellness, is pursuing with the aim of increasing access to care for the population, especially for persons living with a NCD and mental challenges. Additionally, post-pandemic, we have set out to achieve a greater reliance on partnership, and partnership is even more important during this time. Our goals include protecting the population from harmful health outcomes, particularly vulnerable communities, ensuring productive engagement of individuals within the society, and creating an environment where citizens can participate in meaningful social activities that enrich their lives and the lives of all with whom they interact. As a Ministry of Health and Wellness, we are also seeking opportunities to forge partnership, as we say that we have enjoyed our partnership with the National Council for Senior Citizens, and we congratulate the Council on its 47th anniversary. We extend congratulations to the outstanding seniors, volunteers, private sector's entities and ministries, agencies and departments that have contributed to the success of the Council for close to 50 years, and which we will be honored for blazing a trail of service excellence. We salute the Ministry of Labor and Social Security and the National Council for Senior Citizens on the launch of Senior Citizen Week 2023. And we look forward to our continued collaboration and a successful week and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shaw Kelly. You know, growing up, my grandfather used to always say, "Top going boy, town in Jamaica." And I say, "What?" He said, "Town in Jamaica." And I say, "What you say, Grandpa?" He say, "You know, hear me? Kingston and Jamaica." How many of you agree with that statement? And the National Council for Senior Citizens acknowledges the truth behind that statement. You know how we know that? Because come the 8th of October, we will all gather in St. Anne, which is a part of Jamaica, which is what them said, Jamaica, what, Kingston, they say, it's one name for it, they say Kingston 13 or something like that. But it's another part, a big part of Jamaica. We're going to be having the 2K Purple Run Walk. How many of you know about that event? And excited about that event? Yes, man, we're going to be having it Sunday, October the 8th at 7 a.m. Island Village Shopping Center in St. Anne. So for persons who are watching online, you can visit the Ministry of Labor's website. You can contact the National Council for Senior Citizens for more information. Of course, registration closes on Monday, September the 25th. 2023. So we want to definitely invite as many persons to support this cause. I have a little bias. I am a Kingston College old boy, so if it named Purple Run, me feel like me have a night too. Not true? Yes, man. Never look at bias, you know. Never look at bias, man. So me just have to declare my hand from now. If it was something for children, because I work with UNICEF, I would say you have to be there too. But because it's a purple, I have to be there. Continuing our program, I'm going to invite at this time Miss Winnie Anderson Brown to give us a senior's perspective, and she's from the Ageless Stars Project and the AI Ambassador. Can you please make her welcome?
Good morning, everyone. I thank the chairman for giving me the permission to proceed without naming everyone present that I should highlight. Thank you. I am obeying him by just accepting the protocols. Have you ever been in a situation where you say to yourself, this is time to draw a line in the sand. I am going to do something different. When I was 9 years old, I dismissed age. Why did I do that? I was in class. They had a little meeting. They, meaning the principal and the teachers. I was doing what they told me to do, but I was listening. What did I hear? She is too young. She cannot be promoted. I knew that they were talking about this little girl called Winnie. I was not surprised when my teacher came and said, you will be allowed to do the common entrance examination, but you will not be promoted. You are too young. That was the day I decided, as a 9-year-old girl, this age business is a problem. I will have none of it. You see, when I grow up, nobody, and I mean nobody, will use age to decide what I do or I don't do. So, can you imagine how excited I was when I heard of the Ageless Stars project? A 60-year-old person is free to join that group. This group was started by a lady in Arizona. She is 80 years old, and she has decided that seniors around the world, those who are 60 and over, it is time for us to showcase our talents. And it is time for us to show the world that no matter how old you are, you can live a joyful life. You can be productive. And this is our time. This is our age. When people say, in your days, are you talking about the days when I went to school? Because these are our days too. As long as we are alive, these are our days. So, when you ask the question, what happened in your days? Be specific. If you want to talk about the days when I went to school, that's okay. I can tell you that. Now, these are exciting times because of artificial intelligence. Exciting times. Everyone can have a personal assistant. Everyone. ChatGPT, that was launched by OpenAI, November 30, 2022, saw the beginning of a new world. 30 years ago, when the internet was made available to the general public, there was a huge change. Can you think about it? 30 years ago, Facebook? No, people get so accustomed to WhatsApp, FaceTime for those who have iPhones, and all kinds of exciting stuff. But if you have not had a conversation with a chatbot, you're not ready yet. And right now, I want you to pay attention to the rest of the program. But go to openai.com and open your account. It is easy. And seniors, let me tell you a secret. Every time they tell you, allow a younger person to do it, and you acquiesce, you are giving up your independence and your authority. So don't do that. Let other people teach you. Not do it for you. Nothing is wrong with you. Seniors, you know how many people, you know how many subjects they had to pass in one day? 13 for Jamaica local examinations. So when you look at seniors, show some respect, okay? Yes. So whether you use ChatGPT by OpenAI or you use Bard, that Google had to respond. Listen, if Google created Bard in response to OpenAI's ChatGPT, who are you not to respond? Google saw that people wouldn't bother to use that search engine because Microsoft powered Bing with GPT-4. And by the way, ChatGPT, if you wonder what the GPT is for, generative pre-trained transformer. We're not talking about a search engine. We're talking about a large language model. So that is why I became an AI ambassador. and I'm an Ageless star. And I have joined that group. How did I get here? Thanks to Mrs. Cassandra Morrison. When I was about to do my video to talk about agelessness, I said, hold on. I am not just representing Winnie, the ageless girl. I am the only Jamaican. So I am representing Jamaica. So I called. They used to have aged there, and I never used to look. But the National Council for Senior Citizens, and thankfully, Mrs. Morrison had a conversation with me that changed my outlook. Because what I see is seniors being set aside. But I am happy that when I look at the website and when I attend a function like this, I can proudly say, in my country, at least there is the effort to make sure that as the generations, baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Generation Z, together we are stronger as we embrace the wisdom of the years.
So, Auntie Winnie, you're up on TikTok? Because I think we want to follow you. Yes, man, I think we want to follow you up on TikTok. A round of applause for her one more time, please. In the generation close to mine would I say, put some respect for my name. Auntie Winnie just say, put some respect for my age. Yes, man, wonderful, wonderful. And one of the things that you know, seniors can definitely do is to continue to embrace and live and enjoy. And as Auntie Winnie just said, I have to call you Auntie Winnie because I feel like I'm going to follow you on social media now, man. On Instagram, on Twitter, in name X now, on Facebook. Which one of them are there on Auntie Winnie? All of them? So, see it there? Miss Lou would have said, aye, aye, aye. No, the way Auntie Winnie spoke, it made you feel empowered, not true? Like you want to put on your pretty dandan and go to the road and enjoy yourself, not true? Yes or no? Yes, man. So guess what? There is an event on the veranda coming up on the 24th of September. The veranda, which is the Juicy Patties Complex in Clarendon, where seniors are invited for an evening out on the veranda. Seniors evening. So you put on your nice good clothes and you on a regular clothes in it named Dan. And Dan mean your best clothes in a man. And you look a criminal in dress. And the man have on a shiny boot, not true? You can't wear them shoes where the young people now wear Clarks, because Clarks can't shine. You have to wear shoes when you look point, you can't see your face in it, not so? Yes, man, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we've been sitting down for a little while, and one of the things I know about seniors is that seniors love to enjoy themselves. In fact, I think retirement allows you to enjoy yourself a whole lot more. Not so? I think Mrs. Hall Taylor could probably speak to that. Mrs. Hall Taylor, who is former executive director, please stand and be acknowledged, Mrs. Hall Taylor. Also the former program organizer. Mrs. Hall Taylor, what's your favorite oldies song? Your favorite oldies song? Or who's your favorite artist? That we sing it earlier. Thank you very much. Me and you then I say, we spirit take each other, not true? Thank you, please. Wonderful. Please be seated. Thank you so much for being here. Continuity in service. And so I'm going to invite at this time Mr. Everton Peso to come and to give us the renditions of entertainment and excitement. Please help me make him welcome. Come, Mr. Sachs.
Yes. Can we start with this one? I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me all my days. you, your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. And all my life you have been, yes. And all my life you have been so, so good. In every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. So how are you? Wonderful to know them song. I'm not too young. Isn't it strange how princesses and kings, we can lose it all like sawdust in the wind. That's why common people like you and me, we are builders for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, shapeless mass in the book of rules. Each must make his life as coming in, a stumbling block or a stepping stone. That's why common people like you and me, we are builders for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, shapeless mass in the book of rules. Power, power, power. Over here, sir. Pa, 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 pa. Can't hear you. Again. Power, power, power. Louder, 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 louder. Power, 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 power. Yes. That's why people like you and me, we are builders for eternity. Each is given a bag of tools, shapeless mass in the book of rules. Look when the rain stops falling from the sky, the sun will only be missing for a while. And that's why common people like you and me will be builders. Oh, each is given up a shapeless mass in the book of rules. Sing for me now, everybody. Power, power, power. Sounding good. Pow, 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 pow. You wanna try it for me, darling? I'll do the bossy rocking. Your time, darling. Can barely hear you. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. See my friend here. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. You finished, man, you know. Pow, 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 pow.
Papa.
Yes, sir. Morning again, morning again. Hello, Mr. Duncan. How are you? Play it again. Catch me sudden. Play it again. Oh, listen to me, Rasta.
Ever since you went away, every day is such a cloudy day, and I don't know if it's rain from the sky. It's from my eyes, falling in my face.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Pull up. You're bad on me. Whoa, yeah. Yes. Ever since you went away, every ever since you went away, every day it's such a cloudy day, and I don't know if it's rain from the skies, tears on my eyes, falling down on my face, and rolling down my cheek. You know them song, yeah. Whoa! And hurry back and bring that sun. Let me be your one, your only love. With just one kiss, stops the rain from the skies. Tears on my eyes, falling down on my face, and rolling down my cheeks. Sing now. All I know is ever I'll be loving you still. You will always be just everything for me. So hurry back and bring that sun. Let me be your one, your only love, and just one. Stop the rain from the skies, tears on my eyes, falling down on my face, and rolling down my cheeks. Can do one more?
Yes. You want him to do one more? All right, half a more.
Half a. Play it for me. So if I do this, everybody will have to stand up, you know, and rock. You ready? Yeah? Yeah? But you know, arthritis? Selector. Play the tune, man. Mr. Charles. Mr. Norman Dunn. I know you know these songs, you know. So I'm going to test you first. You first. I don't mind when you say that you going away.
Just don't wanna be lonely.
And I don't care if we share just one moment away.
I just don't wanna be lonely.
I'd rather be loved, needed, depending on to give love I can't give. Now I'll give you the mic. When you're gone, when you're gone, I don't mind when the time sets the sun to the roof.
I just don't wanna be lonely.
Let the steers find you there at the end of my route.
I just don't wanna be lonely.
I'd rather be loved, needed, depending on to give love I can't give. When you're gone, when you're gone. So you're pretty. Come now, give me a wave now, come on. Tired of taking the blame, might as well play the game. Whoa, whoa, just so unfair. I'm a longing to see you. I don't know what you've been doing over yonder. I got to catch this flight, and when I reach my destination, hope you'd be smiling, girl. Watch the rocking. I thought you would drop me a line just to say hello, peso. I'm doing fine. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. It doesn't matter anyway. You see, my love for you would never, no, ever change. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. I put up to show her. Well, everybody's gonna put the blame on me. You're not free to dance. I push come to show her. Well, everybody's gonna put the blame on me. Oh, I got your number in my diary. As soon as I reached home, it has been changed. I'm not playing any games. I wanna know if what we have still remain the same, darling. I thought you would drop me a line just to say hello, peso. I'm doing fine. Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. It doesn't matter anyway, 'cause my love for you would never. Oh, my, sing for me now, everybody. Sing now. Give me a wave, son. Now. A push come to show her. Well, everybody's gonna put the blame on me. Yeah. Whoa. I soon come back.
Look here. When the function long, don't put the blame on me. But you know, me learn something, you know. If you is a lady and you want a man sit down at the front of the church. Because them two women here just get one man, you know. Boy, and then good. But one more time for Everton Peso, everybody. JCDC finalist. And I do hope that when he returns, we'll get to hear that song, you know, Oh If We. But a really good singer, and he has a career that spans over 15 years in the industry. And you know, and from his seminal days, he invested in music. You see him with the trombone, and it's making him his millions. It's making him his network. So when you see the children and the young people them want putting in the music, you hear all the ministers them are sing up here. Yes, man. We're going to establish a ministry of singing and make them head it. Wonderful. One more time for Everton Press, everybody. Of course, if you want to participate in more of these type of festivities, there is the Aging Fair coming up on the 5th of October. We definitely want you to participate in that activity. It's going to be at the Emancipation Park here in Kingston. So Kingston gets home too, yeah? So feel free to make these notes in your calendars and in your cell phone. So Auntie, we know that you must put it in your cell phone, and you can chat to your GPT and tell them, what you say? Siri, Aging Fair coming up, save in my calendar, and fling down the phone because it's saved. Wonderful. Wonderful. At this time, I'm going to invite Dr. Paris Luai Jr. He's the Vice President of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, a very critical partner in this process, to come and to extend greetings on behalf of the PSOJ.
Morning, everyone. That was a really hard act to follow. But don't worry, Everton soon come back, right? But anyway, Mr. MC, thank you for the introduction. But Casey, really? St. George's College all the way. Anyway. Minister Charles, Minister Dunn, CTD, distinguished guests, Chairman Duncan, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of the PSOJ and our President, Metro Siago, it's a true pleasure and honor to join you for the launch of your National Senior Citizens Week under a very empowering theme, embracing wisdom and uniting generations. Now, I'm the second youngest member of the PSOJ executive, but I was really happy to be here. The fact is that at the PSOJ, our mission goes beyond business advocacy. It is rooted in working towards an inclusive, vibrant, and equitable Jamaica. Our society is judged by how it treats its most vulnerable, and our senior citizens are indeed a treasure trove of wisdom, experience, and values. They are living libraries and the cornerstone upon which the younger generation can build a better future. This special week provides an excellent opportunity for us to celebrate the numerous contributions that our elders have made, both to our individual families and to the Jamaican society at large. In looking at the statistics, as you know, that's what I do, we quantitatively identify what makes this recognition even more crucial. The elderly population in Jamaica, defined as those 60 and above, currently represents 13.9%, or 375,000 people. This is not just a significant number, it's one of the fastest growing segments of our population. By 2050, our senior citizens are projected to account for about 22% of our population, and there are all attendant concerns with that. The trend underscores the urgent need for the public and private sectors to collaborate on senior citizens' well-being. The private sector is uniquely positioned to support government initiatives such as the National Policy for Senior Citizens, aimed at enhancing our elders' quality of life. We in the private sector also encourage proper pension planning and retirement planning at all ages and levels of our workforce. Whether through financial contributions, volunteer services, or technical expertise, the private sector can and should play an active role. From providing employment opportunities to seniors who still wish to work, to support organizations that offer resources and companionship, we are committed to making meaningful contributions. Retirement no longer has to mean being put out to pasture, but being able now to have the opportunity to have a choice as to how to contribute, do something else, or just kick back. Embracing wisdom, uniting generations is more than just a theme, it is a call to action, something the PSOJ actively believes in. It challenges us to merge the wisdom of our senior citizens with the energy and innovation of younger generations who, if they know what's good for them, better shut up and listen. Mentorship and guidance from our senior citizens, not just from retired senior managers, can be more valuable than any MBA. Through robust public-private partnerships, we can facilitate this intergenerational dialogue, ensuring that our seniors not only age gracefully, but continue to contribute to society actively. As Isaac Newton once said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulder of giants." Senior citizens are our giants. You guys are our giants, providing us with the foundation and wisdom to see further, aim higher, and achieve more. Thank you, and may this National Senior Citizens Week be a catalyst for sustained efforts towards a more caring, inclusive, and equitable Jamaica for all ages. Thank you very much. Let's bring back Everton. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aye. Friends, growing up, my father is a civil servant, or was a civil servant. And growing up, I saw him enjoy his job. And I wanted to join the civil service. And so for a short stint, I went into the civil service, and I enjoyed working in the civil service. My father is now retired, and he still engages in activities from time to time. And as a senior, I look at him and I actually look forward to retirement because of how he makes it look interesting. The things he's doing, he's enjoying himself, he's enjoying the Grand Prix them, and every now and then impile them and I send them back home for me to fix them. But nonetheless, I like that. And I think there's another gentleman here who, he also followed in the footsteps of emulating his own father. And today he comes to us to give us the main address. We make welcome at this time the Honorable Pearnel Charles Jr., the Minister of Labor and Social Security.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let me, of course, greet our chairman for the proceedings, and I apologize on his behalf for the school that he went to. I have a few family members who had to suffer the purple. No, it's good friends from KC. I want to acknowledge, of course, even though I know the salutations were set, I have to acknowledge my excellent Minister of State, the Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn, who asked me to indicate that all he wants to be when he grows up is like Winnie the Ageless star. So, we're watching you. I also acknowledge our Chief Technical Director representing our Permanent Secretary. And I know that Professor Denise Eldemeyer Shearer would have been here. She messaged me to say how much she gives her support, but believe me, she's unavoidably absent, but we acknowledge her. She's the patron of the National Council for Senior Citizens, instrumental in that. And in the same stead, let me acknowledge our chairperson, Mrs. Grace Scarlett Duncan. I see our member, Mrs. Clark, at the back, and I gather we might have other members of the board here, right? So, to all of the members of the board, we thank you for your service. To Mrs. Morrison, who again would have wanted to be here, our director, and all of the staff of the National Council for Senior Citizens, as well as the staff of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, which we have coined as the People's Ministry. We are the ministry that has responsibility for those who need the support the most. Permit me to also thank our friends and colleagues who have contributed, Dr. Kelly and Dr. Paris morning. And anybody who believes that because it has the word senior in this event, they don't understand until they come to feel the energy. Yes, I couldn't make it past here. I had to hug, kiss, dance. I didn't get down to even say hello to anybody else in the second row. That's the energy that we want as we launch the 47th Senior Citizens Month. And during this month, your ministry, the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, through the National Council for Senior Citizens, will lead the nation's activities as we are dedicated to the recognition and honor of our citizens who are 60 years and older. And I note what my Chief Technical Director has said, Mrs. Audrey Dare Williams, that she is 59. She didn't tell us how many months, but I'm assuming since she said early next year that she's over the 59 and a half. So if we round you off, you're a senior citizen. So we want to thank you. We want to show you how much we love you and value you. We had such an awesome service on Sunday. I'm telling you. And as I said to Ms. Novia Wilson, soon to be a senior citizen herself, it's always good when you go to an event to bless, to speak, to present, and you sit down and realize, you are the one being blessed. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling because you're not expecting it. You come, you're going to talk and go on to your other activities. But I think Sunday was an awesome event. Really brought home the importance of what we're doing for this month. It allowed us as a ministry to reflect on the achievements, to evaluate our strengths, to evaluate where we need to improve, but all in all, to ensure that senior citizens are enabled to live and to participate actively in a society that guarantees their rights, promotes their responsibilities, recognizes their capabilities and their contributions, and facilitates their enjoyment of a life and fulfillment, health and security. I listened as our AI ambassador taught us, brought us to school. I have never heard anybody explain to me what GPT means in ChatGPT. And I'm going to tell you, I almost had to Google some of the things she was saying. And I am young enough to have known. So I must tell you, what are the most important things for us today is truly as we give thanks and recognize, to appreciate and to reaffirm that age is just a number. And I go back to what we discussed at our National Thanksgiving service, where I was able to just look on some of the cultures, Japan, Italy, China, where these are examples of where seniors are especially revered and cared for by younger family members. And in those examples, what I was able to get across, and I hope that we reaffirm it here, is that taking care of seniors, integrating seniors, is not a burden. It is to be your obligation and a pleasure. because receiving the wisdom is your gift. I'm going to give you a little story, and I won't be too long. When I was 21 years old, not long ago, Mrs. Audrey Day Williams, just saying, I had the opportunity to serve as the interim manager for a nursing home. Those who know me will know how I'm connected to the nursing home. My mother is a nurse, and many of you are former RNs and all. I can see you shaking your head, and you used to change my diaper. I know. Trust me, people stop me all over the place. One lady stopped me at Price Mart. Look upon you. Hey, Gloria Pickney. Who used to up at UC? And you know when she said UC, you know, coming from those days. Used to change your diaper in the room. Anyhow, so the point is, you know, we have to recognize the gift of interacting with persons who have been there and done that. And I had the opportunity at 21 to walk into a room where I saw a man and he was still. His eyes were not open. He was not moving. And God no, I didn't think he was even breathing. So I shout out to the nurse, "Nurse! Nurse, run come! The man dead!" And this was my first week, you know. We said, "The man dead." Because she sent me in there to check on him. I said, "Dead." So the nurse walks in. "Mr. Watson, why you not stop trouble the young man?" One eye lift up, but me never tell him say me dead. After him, never even ask me. Him come in here and not even say good morning. Now, that was my first interaction with Charles Augustus Watson, a 95-year-old man who in his first comment to me expressed a unique sense of humor. And in that day, I would have stayed with him for maybe, couldn't be less than 6 hours. He told me about working on the Panama Canal. He told me about his journey and voyage back and forth between Jamaica and Panama. And he taught me poems. And he reminded me that reading the Bible does not require eyes or sight if you've read it enough times. Because that man was reciting chapter, not verse, chapter after chapter after chapter. And proudly so. "Young boy, take the Bible, turn to that. Watch this." And he just went. And I was in awe, just watching the words that he was saying pop out of the Bible. You know, there are things we don't do anymore because we're too smart or because it's too easy to Google it. But our senior citizens have a sense of cemented feet on the ground and a wisdom to pass on to us, which we can't purchase, which we can't search for, and which in its invaluable nature will never come again because every generation is changing. For me, having the experience of engaging senior citizens has been life-changing, shaped who I am becoming, and really gave me a great insight into what is the definition of wisdom. Because sometimes we say, "Oh, you're old and you're wise." But the real essence of that wisdom is declared in how much we absorb, in listening and not just hearing, but actually taking the time to appreciate the experiences of those who have gone before us. And as my grandmother used to tell me, making sure that we are not repeating the mistakes. One of the most important things that my father has passed on to me is that he was always able to learn from experiences and not have to engage in an activity having seen somebody gone down that road and it never worked out. So many persons now still walking down the road despite being warned by elders. You see that road? I walked down it in 1976. When I walked down there, I broke my foot. Don't go down there. Gone down there, broke foot, broke hand. It's not necessary if we learn to value the wisdom that is being passed down to us. So, as we celebrate this month, we also look on what the international community has to say. The United Nations declared the period between 2001 and 2030 2021 and 2030 to be the decade of healthy aging. And this global collaboration is aligned with the last 10 years of what we call the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, to improve the lives of older people, their families, and their communities in which they live. And let me give you the 3 ways how they intend to do so. 1, by creating age-friendly environments by enabling elderly persons, irrespective of their level of physical or mental capacity, to continue to do the things they value and live dignified lives. Number 2, to combat stereotyping, prejudice, and discrimination associated with ageism, which negatively impacts the health and well-being of older people. And number 3, to provide access to good quality care, which is essential for older persons to maintain their functional ability, enjoy basic human rights, and live with dignity. And those are 3 critical aspects of what we need to adopt and what we need to advance. And as we do so, we recognize, Dr. Dunn, that it is important for us to address well-being and aging long before we reach the age of retirement. Because if you're waiting until you reach that age, you're late. So it requires us to be intentional and to have sustained efforts of all of government, all of the stakeholders coming together. Private sector, community, church organizations, families, working, age, adults, youngsters, everyone, and senior citizens, all collaborating to make sure that we are on the right path. And the ministry, your Ministry of Labor and Social Security, will continue on the path of improving and ensuring that we are providing effective social protection service, particularly to our seniors. And we have work to do. We have work to do. But we're committed to doing so. We acknowledge all of our parish officers who are here today, energized and ready to take on the challenges. Senior citizens currently benefit from the NIS pension services, the social pension benefits for persons 75 years and older who do not have pensions or access to other steady sources of income. The ministry also provides public assistance grants for economic and social support, services of the Jamaica Council of Persons with Disabilities, and the range of programs and activities provided by the National Council for Senior Citizens. At the same time, we are improving our processes and innovating to provide world-class service to improve the quality of life for our seniors. So this Senior Citizens Month, it is my honor to lead in these activities with Dr. Dunn, with our chairperson, and the team in encouraging all of Jamaica to be intentionally more respectful, caring, and supportive of older people. And I mentioned it on Sunday. I don't know if any of you were listening and heard. Intentional respect is an important thing. It mustn't just happen. You must calculate it. It must be deliberate. It must be in your mind at all times. And in particular, we are calling on Jamaica to make sure that within your own family, I want to charge you to be more inclusive of your senior family members. You don't have to look to the right or to the left. Start with your own community, in your own home, in your own bloodline. And there are too many reported cases, Dr. Kelly, of seniors that are being abused. And what is even more hurtful is seniors being neglected. Sometimes the abuse, you can take it funny enough, but the neglect, it hits you deep. Because when you think about all that you have done, when you think about all you have contributed, when you think about the nights where you stay up and work, the mornings when you get up before the whole of them, and then you want to shove me to the side? Am I not right? That's right. So we have to be intentionally respectful, and we have to make sure that we give our seniors what they deserve, which is the deepest respect. If we are blessed, we might be able to say what CTD Williams is saying. Might. If we are blessed. Seniors have been our teachers, our parents, mentors, living lives according to deeply ingrained principles and teaching by example. The life lessons on how to be strong, how to be persevering, and resilient. And so the activities of our council have therefore been focused on ensuring that we represent that and that we respect that. For this month, let me just go through some of the activities that we are going to be engaged in. Today is September 18th, right? 19th. Yeah, I should know. My birthday is coming up very soon in September. Anybody else born in September? Yes. Okay, so we are the best in the room. The rest of these people... Sorry, I'm sorry. We had to do that. The September people, we know what we're talking about. We'll let them quarrel. World Alzheimer's Day is on September 21st. National Grandparents' Day to be celebrated on Sunday, September 24th, the day before my birthday. The UN International Day of the Older Person will be observed on October 1st. The Aging Fair in Emancipation Park on October 5th. And the 2K Purple Run. You know, says him write this thing. The 2K Purple Run Walk on October 8th in Ocho Rios. And I'm going to be there. Dr. Dunn will be there. He has promised to be out in his sweatpants, ready to take on everybody. You're going to be there? I have a feeling you're going to come first. So you jump up a while ago when the man starts singing. I want to encourage then all senior citizens and their families Bring your family members to participate wherever possible. We also encourage you to plan your own activities, and I know our parish officers have activities in their particular spaces, and we want you to share the stories with us. So you can go onto our social media. We have social media for the National Council of Senior Citizens. Myself and Dr. Dunn have social media accounts. The ministry has social media. So share it with us. Let us know what's going on so we can post you. Together, we can make the experience of growing older a time of spring or rebirth, a phase of renewal after a lifetime of working and raising children, whether they are your own or others. If you are like me, I grew up in a home where every 2 to 6 months, somebody else was in the clothes that was bought for me. And I know that many of you have taken care of children that are beyond just your own. My friends, as I close, aging is not just about seniors. It is a process that spans all generations. Because even as I present this message, I am aging. I've gotten older, and time has not waited on any of us. Let us then show appreciation for our older citizens. Let us show respect for those who have and continue to contribute to our nation building. I want to commend all Jamaicans, including our faith-based organizations especially, and our corporate partners who have come together, who are joining efforts with your ministry in contributing to the tangible development of a more age-friendly environment for Jamaica's seniors. To all Jamaicans, 60 years and older, happy Senior Citizens Month. May God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Minister. And it's always good to hear when those that sit at the policy level look forward to matters such as this. And Minister, as you age, I age. So set the pace for me so that I can enjoy my senior years also. But please, a round of applause again for the Minister of Labour and Social Security. Now, while I sat there, some messages came in on my phone to say, boy, Andre, the Everton, nice, you know, man. I just want to dance a little more, you know. I've worked out something, and he's going to come back again to give us another rendition of entertainment, after which I'm going to invite Anastasis to come. We're going to close. But this is the chance that if you have on your high heel boot and you burn your toe a little, you can ease it off because you have an excuse now. Before you couldn't take it off, but you can take it off now. So I'm going to invite Everton to come back again and to give us another round of entertainment and enjoyment. Please make him welcome, Everton Pessel.
So all the persons in here who are my age, what's my age? What's my you want me to tell you? I'm 50 and counting. I look younger than that. I look older. I forgot to get some dye. Play. Yes, so it's so good to be here with you. Thank you for having me. Miss Duncan, God bless you. Panel, God bless you. Now this is a song, my festival song. And you voted and I won. Here we go. We've been down on the rock for so long. What could it be that we've done wrong? Let's check ourselves and we'll see that we're strong. Join hands together and sing this one. Oh, if we could love each other. Oh, if we could say we care. Oh, if we could work together. Your hand is mine, my hand is yours. We can change Jamaica. We can change this world. Pulling together we can make this change. Stop fussing and fighting for material gain. Binding our hearts to break the mental chains. Give thanks to God again and again. Oh, if we could love each other. Sing. Oh, if we could say we care. Oh, if we could work together. Your hand is mine, my hand is yours. We can change Jamaica. We can change this world. You're my great big friend, I'll take your hand and dance and sing with you. You're my great big friend, I'll take your hand and dance and sing. Great big friend, I'll take your hand and dance and sing with you. You're my great big friend, I'll take your hand and dance and sing. Give me a wave now. We're gonna wave with me. All right, left. Left is over here, left is over here, left and right and left. Love is such a beautiful thing. When we unite, oh, what joy this can bring. Shouting from hills, the valleys and plains. Working together, we can make this change. Oh, if we could love each other. Oh, if we could say we care. Oh, if we could work together. Your hand is mine, my hand is yours. We can change Jamaica. We can change Jamaica. Oh, if we could love each other. Oh, if we could say we care. Oh, if we could work together. Your hand is mine, my hand is yours. We can change Jamaica. We can change Jamaica. We can change Jamaica. All right, so we're not ready for dance now. All right, so that's the song, my festival song. And all who voted for it, thank you so much. It won. Let me get some money. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. You're single. How are you, my dear darling? Are you? All right, let's go. Play for me. Start it again. So, are you ready now? You can get up now. You can get up now. Stand up now. Here we go. Train is coming, baby. The train is coming now. The train is coming, baby. The train is coming now. Oh, Lord, I've been waiting for you. Yes. And now the time has come for me to stand by you. Oh, yeah. The train is coming, baby. Yeah. The train is coming now. Na, 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 na. The train is coming, baby. We are leaving on that train. Mm-mm. Watch the ladies, them how them pretty and them dress and I've got to tell you good. I can't hear you and I don't wanna see you. I'm going to US to make some money. I won't be long, coming back soon. Whoa. It's not my wish that we should part. Don't worry, darling, I won't break your heart. I'm going to a faraway land. I'm gonna make some money, please understand. Yesterday, I walked away, leaving my pretty girl behind me. And now, I hoped and prayed that she was here to guide me. You know the party? Behind me. You're a young boy, man. Girl, I left behind me to love and comfort. Oh, yeah. I wonder if the panel know this one. You're going like you're too young, you know. In every part of me, I can feel you moving. Sing it for him, sing it.
I can see you moving away, baby.
More every day. In every way. Come here, Miss D. Oh, yeah. In every heart of me, I can feel I'm losing you, baby. You ready? I can feel I'm losing you, baby, every day. Hey, oh, in every way. Whoa, well, I've got the power to leave you tonight, and I've got the loving you need every night. So, why are you going away? You know this one? Puppet on a string. Here we go. Sing for me. Like a puppet on a string. Yes. I'll be just like a merry-go-round.
I'll be standing up there.
Yes, sir. Young girl. One day I'll be up in the cloud. Then I'm in the air. And are you leading me on to tell me one day you'd be gone?
I'm leading you on.
Wonder
I don't know.
if one day you say that you care. If you say you love me madly, I'll gladly be there like a puppet on a string. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Give it up for Everton, everybody. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we know who can sing, who can sing, who can dance, who can dance. So we know we enjoy ourselves. Not true? Yes, man. Wonderful, wonderful. Before I go, I give the mic over to Nastasia to move the vote of thanks. I want to recognize some of the former organizers who are here today. I just want you to stand and be acknowledged. Our former organizers, are you here with us? National Council for Senior Citizens? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Be acknowledged, be acknowledged. Be acknowledged. Thank you so much for your hard work. We also want to recognize Miss Shelley and Tyrell. Miss Tyrell, we know that you are looking forward to your continued contribution with the council. It's good to see you, good to have you here today, and we're truly looking forward to your contribution. Did you have a great time today? Wonderful, wonderful. Listen, I go home time now. Minister have work for do because that we are paying for do, not true. And we not go say, oh, Everton have him out here dance up a storm. Him have work for do. Not true, Minister. Ministers have work for do. But it was great to be here with you. My name is Andre Miller. I had the privilege of walking you through this morning's press launch. I'm looking forward to being a part of your activities for the rest of the week and for the rest of the month. Senior citizens is a priority for me and it's a priority for the ministry. God bless you and thank you very much. Nastasia.
Good morning, everyone. It is my esteemed pleasure to move the vote of thanks on behalf of our Executive Director, Mrs. Cassandra Morrison, the board and staff of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, the National Council for Senior Citizens. The 2023 launch of Senior Citizens Week was under the theme, Embracing Wisdom, Uniting Generation, has made a significant mark in the lives of our senior citizens. It was enlightening and empowering, and we will continue to move forward in celebratory mode for the rest of the month. I'd like to bring great recognition and thanks to our Minister, the Honorable Pearnel Charles Jr., MP, as well as our State Minister, the Honorable Dr. Norman Dunn. I'd also like to take the opportunity to extend thanks to Mrs. Audrey Dare Williams, who represented our Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Colette Roberts-Risden, today in bringing greetings. Further extension to our Chairman, Mrs. Grace Scarlett Duncan. It is always a pleasure to work very closely with our partners, and joining us today was Dr. Kemisha Shaw Kelly, Program Development Officer, Family Health Unit at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, as well as Dr. Paris Louis Ayres Jr., Vice President of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica. Most importantly, I would also like to extend thanks to all our senior citizens who made it possible to be here today. The parish and program organizers for the National Council for Senior Citizens, we are gathered here today to celebrate with our seniors and the minister. As we close, I would like to say, let us all work together in embracing wisdom and uniting generations as we make Jamaica the place to live, work, raise families, and do business. Thank you very much to Mr. Andre Miller, our MC. I'm sure you will join me in thanking him for a great work done today.
Thank you. And we thank the thanker of thanking everybody. Not true? Yes, man. At this time, friends, we are going to repair for some refreshments. And so I invite you to partake in a moment of fellowship as well as food. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of the afternoon. It's now 12 o'clock.